G'day prospectors, Tony from Gold Talk Leonora. You may have been thinking that I've been abducted by aliens. Well, there is some truth in that. Yes, for a lot of different reasons, and I won't mention. Anywho, here I am. We've had a bit of rain out in the goldfields, which is fantastic for the country. Shit for prospecting, but that's okay. And so the dry blowing has come to a bit of a rapid halt for a few weeks, and we have been busy. We have been absolute like a one-armed bricky in Beirut. I've never known a time that's been so out of control, but in a controlled way. We've been doing a few little trips to Perth with some family stuff. We've been right in the heart of the training season, which is fantastic. We've had chock-a-block courses, people finding gold, some people not finding gold, because that's prospecting. Bit more rain today, and you can see it looks a little bit crappy weather, so it's a yard day. So I thought what I'd do is I'll go through my latest project, and just so you know, this is my workshop. This is where all the magic happens. Oh yes, right over there is a new Chinese radio that is actually working. It's got ABC Country, it only needs that one channel, so that's pretty good. And this is my little project over here. So, this is something I've been working on just for a while. I've been thinking about it, and I thought, oh well, I might as well actually get off my ass and do it. So basically what we have, this is for a new trommel setup for the dry blower. Actually I'm building a new dry blower, I think, and this will be a trailer that'll be the screener and the hopper. So basically what we have is a grizzly, a feed hopper. This is not to scale, by the way. Some car springs up the top to make it go bouncy, 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 bouncy. Feed hopper there, conveyor belt there, which will magically feed it into a trommel. Right, which will scrub it and screen to sort of minus ½ inch, so minus 12 mil, and then a conveyor will take it up to the next trailer, which will road train over there, and that'll feed into the hopper, which will then go into the actual trays. So that's basically what we've got there, and when you see it on the ground, this is a mock-up. This is what we've got here. So beautiful. So I've haven't spent a cent so far. It's pretty good. So this these I-beams here are the superstructure off a Donga, which I got at the right price. So I'm just sort of in the process of chopping them up and making them fit. That'll provide a nice solid base for everything. The trommel, which I inherited, thank you Kim, never forgotten it, and that's going to be around there. That will be on tyres, so there's my new tyres and rims, and over here is the differential which will drive it. This diff is older than I am, but I've resealed it, tidied it up, and basically I'm going to use the universal that was there in the first place, and so that will flip over and be on some supports sort of like that, and that will be the drive unit. Attached to this will be over here, that's my dust suppression kit, which is looking a little bit sad at the moment, but as luck would have it, reinforcements have arrived, so that's okay. This is the unit here that will drive the trommel. It's overkill, but again, sort of stuff that I've scored, so thank you Rob. Made up a coupling there, so the universe will fit in that and be driven by the gearbox and electric motor, and that'll make the trommel go around and around and around. Oh no, this is the Zook. This is another project I've got on at the moment. If anyone's a Zook mechanic, let me know, because I've got a timing belt that keeps wanting to wander, new idlers, pulleys, new everything, but I can't quite get it to line up. So anyway, that's another project. The Zook will ride again. Anyway, so the trommel is going round and around and around and around and around. This is a little apron feeder I picked up for a very good price. About the right price actually, but it hasn't seen a lot of action and will work an absolute treat, hopefully. So the trommel will be sitting up about another 300 mil, 350, 400, something like that. I'll put about a 50 mil gradient on it, not much, because you can see inside it's got some spirals there which will move the dirt through, which is very pleasant. So I don't need a lot of gradient. The new 1/2 inch mesh that's sitting down in Kalgoorlie at the moment. I'll pick that up on Wednesday. I'm going to make a few structural improvements to it just to beef up the two sections, and that'll also make it a section where I can bolt the two together to create a bit of tension, and then it should be lovely jubbly. This little apron feeder is an absolute treat. I don't know if you can see inside it, but anyway, that little thing goes tick, 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 like this and brings the dirt down into the shooter there, and magically that will go from here to into the trommel. It'll get a certain amount of scrubbing there. As I said, a 12 mil 1/2 inch mesh there, so everything minus 12 will go through to a conveyor which is laying on underneath, and the conveyor will come out the back end and straight up onto the next hopper. The thing that and probably the reason I haven't sort of absolutely progressed it, because with the major components here, there's a lot of work, but there's not a lot of work, is I'm just not quite happy with the exhaust being here and the conveyor being under it. I could turn it around 180 and put the exhaust, but then that'll be at the front of the trailer, which means the front will bog down and I can't drag the trailer out easily. Probably what I'll do, because this will be a few hundred mil higher, possibly what I'll do is just run a small conveyor back into the next conveyor belt, which is taking the waste away. Then all the waste is going out the back end. It's a little fiddlier, but I think that would actually be very efficient, because part of the key of this is keeping the waste away from underneath so it doesn't bog down the unit. We've got a trailer for it to go on, and carton of beer for a couple of these. I've already stripped that down. It's looking a bit sorry for itself at the moment, but structurally it's getting better and it's going to be sound at the rear end, and that's why these decent size I-beams, which will sit on these I-beams and obviously be firmly attached, will just give everything a little bit more structure to it, a little bit more solidness. I've got new, obviously it'll all be new bearings and things, but new tyres, get a decent set put on those, even though it's a trailer. As I said, a little 2-ton pintle hook for the front end. These aren't licensed trailers, by the way, this is just bushwork, and that'll go onto the front, and then this will all mount on top of that. That's the plan. We'll build some when we've got this located and sized, so I've got the right everything about it. I'll build a series of piers off the main frame, which will take the hopper, cross brace those two so that we don't get, and do that in a few spots so we don't get any twist in the frame. So we'll go down here. Trays are in from Little Tiny, that's very good. They get a clean up because not going to be much going on out there for the next week or so. Just did a service on Uncle Brian, so he's got some new oil in him, he's happy. And then we go down to the yard. That's the gold room. It's been getting a bit of a workout lately, which is good. Our training room over there, office over there. That's the bush that Snowy the pussycat sleeps under over there. What else we got down here? Oh yes, more components. So I've got a 60 tonne per hour dry blower there, but it needs some modifications to get it running right. and I'm not too sure whether I'm going to do that or just build another one. I'm only aiming for about 40 tonne an hour. That's all you need. You can make good money out of that. So yesterday I picked up some conveyors. I've got a brand new Sankey here and exactly the same but used there. So I've got 2 conveyors. So one of these will sit underneath the trommel and go up to the feed hopper of the new dry blower. This one here, after it's tidied up, will be underneath the new dry blower, taking all the waste out to the poo shooter end. Probably what I'm going to do is take the 100 kVA genset and fuel tank off this trailer and use this one because it's a nice match up to the other trailer I've got at the top. It's got a nice long drawbar too, so as I said, if I road train it, I'll have the trommel and feeder out the front, and that will feed up to here, and then all the crap goes out the back. So that's the general plan. Just so you know, I have been busy. My haul of copper wire is going very well. Should have a wire stripper in here, a dirty little stripper coming into the yard, so that'll get that started. But that's a low priority, that's rainy day stuff. As I said, I think this trailer would match up really nicely to the other because it is all same width, same dimensions. Dog trailers, and they're called a dog trailer. That got solid at the axle at the rear and a turntable at the front. They're a shit of a thing to try and reverse. And if you got 2 of them on, like road train, then it's, for me anyway, it's damn near impossible. But that's okay. It's a big country and you just drive forward. No need to go backwards. Then over here, that's Big Bastard, and then over here that's Shirley the shitter over here. Those yellow things underneath there, the wear plates, so that's a kind of plastic that we use to build wear plates in the hoppers, or for any point where there's contact, so that'll save the metal, and so there's enough there to do the hopper and a couple of other areas where the dirt's going to hit. More copper down here, bloody hell. Don't know what I'll do with it, but eventually I'll get around to stripping it, or actually I can probably get Lisa onto that. That's a good idea. I'd have thought of that. So anyway, cheers Andy, we appreciate that. That'll get those components started. Generator, which will probably drive the whole thing, the new one. There, little 60 kVA one, runs a treat. And that's pretty much it. That's what we're doing. We have been busy. We are doing things. If anyone needs a 30-inch Nelson bowl in very good condition for a couple of grand, let me know. I'll get rid of that one. Then I can buy more things for the dust suppression kit, which would be nice. The garden's looking beautiful. Mainly because I don't have anything to do with it. Lisa does all of that, thank God. And that's what I mean, in that hopper there, there'll be those yellow wear plates, which are sacrificial basically, but they'll go for a long time. And then that mounts on that. It means the hopper's a lot higher than I want. It'd be great, you know, but the only way you're going to really do that is put it on a bloody 40-foot trailer where you have the hopper down low, feed conveyor up into the trommel, surge tank, feed conveyor up into the dry blower. But it's just, it becomes ridiculous. This is good enough for what I want to achieve, which is a certain amount of scrubbing of the dirt, few rotations, and then all the oversized crap goes away, and all the good stuff, including a little bit of gold, goes in to get worked. I am looking for a name for this thing. I know it's early days at this stage, but I don't know what to call it. I have had a couple of ideas, and both of them Lisa rejected very quickly, and I mean quickly. She said, "No, Tony, you cannot do that, you dirty dog." Something like that. Anyway, it was words to that effect. I got the message, and so if anyone has a bit of an idea about what to call that thing, once it's all done, I'd appreciate it. I'll give you an update as things are starting to happen. Today I should be working on the axle assembly and the idler assembly on the wheels which drive that. Once that's done and correct, then I can replace the hopper in situ and position it correctly, blah blah blah, work out where those little piers are going to go for it to land on, and take it from there. So I may also, well not may, I will wind up putting some kind of a grizzly up the top, just sort of, I don't know, maybe like a 80 or 100 mil mesh up the top there, just to stop any big bundies going in and bogging that down. So there we go, prospectors, it's all happening, even though you think it's not. I had 3 of our 4 subscribers in the yard the other day, and they were arcing up about not being any videos. I thought, come on guys, you're an adult, you know. And again, I won't use any names like Gavin, Paul, anything like that. Anyone like that I won't use, but that wouldn't be right. But geez, you know, you're bloody adults, you know. You could be making your own videos. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, that's the next one. We'll get that going. All the seals and bearings are new in the axle. It would have been easier just to get a more modern thing from the rubbish tip, but I thought, nah, I had this one in the yard, so we might as well use it. Hubs, spigots, all new bearings and seals, so that'll all be lovely jubbly. Put it together with that little MIG welder over there. I've got a nice pile of brass starting up over here, so I've got 50 kilos of brass or so. As I said, this is where all the magic happens, in the yard here. Bit of a mess over there, but we'll get there. Prospectors, I wish you good fortune. I'll speak to you soon.